Alieke van der Wijk.
We need to improvise in order to be successful in the 21st century. That means that we need to use improvisation as a first choice and not as a second best option. I'm an improviser on stage and I'll make improvised performances for almost 20 years and I really love to do it. And we make performances without script and we do that by choice and not because I'm not able to remember my lines. But I'm even more passionate about bringing the rules and tools of improv theater to the real life, to the real working life, because I think there's a lot to learn from improvisers on stage. So that's what the talk is about. Yay! Okay, good. So, who of you has already improvised today? Yeah, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And all the others? The day went according to plan? Yes, you had a plan? A scripted plan? No. Okay, good. I will improvise this talk together with you. So I brought 50 slides, and every once in a while I'll ask you for a number, and that slide, well, what will appear, is exactly the right slide for that time. Yes? Yeah. So, shout out any number. 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So, this slide tells us a bit more about improvisation. This is obviously very clear because improvisation is right on spot. And we will talk about that. It's not about doing just something. It's not only about being intuitive, but there's a lot of things to tell about preparation. And we have a kind of a strange thing and we don't know where we will use it for, but we will come back to that later. We will find that out while we're making our performance. Do you have a definition for improvisation? Making it up? Any other suggestions?
Wing it.
Sorry?
Wing it.
You?
Wing.
What is wing it?
Wing it. Wing it.
Okay, so
Yeah, wing it. Make it up as you go along.
make it up as you go along, okay? Any more?
Go with the flow.
Go with the flow? More?
Unprepared.
Sorry? Adapt?
Unprepared.
Unprepared? Good. I think if we enter the 21st century, we need a new definition, a 21st century definition. And we came up with the next definition, that is creating step by step, combining doing and thinking at the same time. And I'm not sure if that is a good one, but at least it keeps my mind fresh and remembers me of, okay, is this really about improvisation? So we come from the 20th century, which was an industrial area. And in this industrial era, we reserved thinking for the manager and doing for the workers on the floor. So that means that we separated thinking and doing. And we thought that that was needed in order to be successful. And we were successful. And one of the reasons, therefore, was that the social change was slower than the change power of the people. That means there was plenty of time to rehearse. And we avoided improvisation as much as possible. Because if something went wrong, we had made a mistake. And if you haven't made a mistake, you would be held accountable. Just imagine that improvisers on stage would do like that. So the audience gives a suggestion for a story. And the first thing the improvisers will do is come up with a plan, with a procedure or a protocol. And after that, they start doing. No story would ever develop. So let's quickly say goodbye to the 20th century. You can even wave. Bye! Yeah, thank you, bye! So let's enter the 21st century. I have a slide. Can you give me any number between 0 and 10?
7.
9. Forward or backwards?
Forward.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow! Yeah. So this is the 21st century. Why? What does this say about the 21st century? Sorry? Can you shout?
You can make anything from anything.
You can make anything from anything because nothing is clear anymore, huh? Yeah. And then more. What does it say about the 21st century?
Global warming.
Sorry? No warnings?
Global warming.
Oh, global warming, yeah. Good. No, more?
Creativity.
Creativity. Do we need creativity or do we already have creativity?
Just using it in different ways now.
Okay, we need to use it in different ways. Okay.
Embrace it.
Embrace it. We need to embrace the future. In the 21st century, the capability of change from the people doesn't change that much. But what has changed is the social change. The social change is going faster and faster. That means that there's no time to rehearse anymore. Because the longer you rehearse, the more disconnected you get. So the only thing the 21st century professional can do is improvise or experiment as much as possible. Because otherwise you will lose connection. So let's have a closer look at improvising from 3 perspectives. To be able to improvise, that is one of the chapters. And we all know how to improvise. We did it this morning. We did it with the exercise word at a time. We did 10 minutes ago. So in our private lives, we're so much used to improvisation. We don't have a breakfast policy plan or a getting dressed procedure. We just do it. And in the 20th century, we just blocked it out of our working lives. So we have unlearned. The only thing we need to do is bring it back. We have to relearn. So let's do that all together, and let's do the same exercise again, using one word at a time, in pairs, and make it as easy as possible for the others. So 1 minute, go. All together. Every exercise is just an excuse for the debrief. So, was it easy or was it difficult?
Easy.
Easy. What is easy?
Not hard.
It's not hard. Yeah. Why is it not hard? Why is it not hard?
No expectation.
No expectation. From yourself or from the other?
More the other.
More the other, okay. More? Easy, difficult?
Because you're both doing it, you're being led by each
Okay.
other.
So you will lead a part and the other person will lead a part, okay? Are there any underlying principles you discovered? Thinking for the other, okay. More?
Developing comfort.
Developing a
Comfort.
comfort, okay. More?
Not overthinking it.
Not overthinking it, just doing it, okay.
Accepting what was there.
Accepting what was there, okay. Improvisers on stage, they don't have rules, but they do have principles. And one of the principles is always to say yes to an offer and add something to it. So your neighbor gives a word, you have to accept it, and you add something to it. The other thing is that you cannot improvise in the future. You cannot improvise in the past. In the future, you're not there yet. In the past, it's already done. So you can only improvise in the here and now. And even more, we think that we need to be prepared. As much as possible is brought into position in order to make the right decision in the moment. Because if you have a plan, the plans are for tomorrow and the rules are from yesterday. But you have to do it in the here and now. So we always say, be prepared in the here and now. So improvisation is not just doing something. Improvisers on stage are really trained thinkers. The other chapter is to be allowed to improvise. In the 20th century, we were not allowed to improvise. And we had procedures and we could follow the procedures. If you make a mistake, you did something wrong. But in the 21st century, if the social change is that quick, you need to find some professional space, and in that space you can find, or you need to decide, in the moment. So you make your decision based on a reality and not based on your spreadsheets. So we say, no spreadsheets fundamentalism anymore. Improvisers on stage are always allowed to improvise. And they do that because they have a clear focus on the goal. They want to make a nice performance. But they also have a clear focus on the environment. They notice as much as possible from what's happening in the environment. They use it, they put it in the back of their heads, and they use it whenever it's needed. So they are trained thinkers. And they are trained yes-enders. And they start doing things right away. And that means that they know how to move a story forward. And the third chapter is to dare to improvise. if you know how to improvise, and when you're allowed to improvise, the chance is bigger that you dare to improvise. And if you're a trained thinker and you're a trained doer, you know that every new situation, every action you take, every step you take, brings you in a new situation. And you know that the new situation is the first step. So we say, after step 1 comes step 1, comes step 1, comes step 1. And we just build the plane while flying it. We just fail forward into the future. So what would happen if the 21st century professional uses this kind of knowledge and these kinds of skills? Any ideas? What would happen?
More innovation?
More innovation?
More creativity?
More creativity?
More risk.
More risk? Do we need more risk? Yes. Yeah. Someone's going, yes, we need more risk. Yes. More things?
Passion?
Passion. I think if we go back to the 21st century, where we separated thinking and doing, if we put that back together, so the professional is able to think and to do at the same time, taking it step by step, then he knows how to move a story forward. So can you give me any number?
17.
21?
Yeah.
Oh, do I need it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 21. So, this is the 21st century. Just imagine the 21st century professional is able and capable of doing the things we do on stage. How does that affect the working life? And we can see this on this slide. We have a clear focus on the goal. We have a glue on, or a glance, what do we say, on what's happening in the environment. Sometimes we have some troubled water, but as long as you keep it in motion, the story will develop. So let's go back to the definition. And can you all stand up? Yes, let's go back to the definition. And we need to get thinking and doing all together. So you can repeat after me. We said, creating step by step. Creating step by step. Combining thinking and doing. Combining thinking and doing. At the same time. At the same time. You didn't point to your rest. You have to be very specific in the 21st century. So let's do it all together again. Creating step by step. Combining thinking and doing at the same time. And then proudly say, I'm an improviser. I'm an improviser.